Party, 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 party. Whoa, hey church, Pastor Craig here. As you can tell, I'm just a little bit excited and maybe getting a little carried away. I'm excited because this is the week that finally we're able to have more people attending worship service. And that is something worth celebrating. You know, I wanted to just take this opportunity to give you a few details of how that's going to look and how we're going to handle it. One first thing is, it is an open invitation. Anybody that wants to come to church is welcome to attend. However, we do ask that every person who wants to attend pre-registers. Pre-registration will be opening tomorrow. You can watch your Facebook or email or Twitter for the link as to where you can pre-register. And in pre-registering, we then will be assigning seating. You may wonder, why do you need to assign seating to attend church? Well, it's because we have all the restrictions in place, so physical distancing between household groups and limited to how many people we can have. And it's kind of like a giant game of Tetris that has to get played to figure out how do we get 90 people in here and still have the physical distancing that we need to have. And it is a whole lot easier to play that game on Saturday night on a piece of paper than it is on Sunday morning and physically have to move people around. Speaking of household groups, if you're part of a household group or a bubble, a group of 10 people that are getting together outside of church, and there's maybe 2 families that are actually part of our church that are in the same household bubble, can you do us a favor? Plan to sit together. And in doing so, simply fill out one pre-registration for the whole group, indicating the total number of people from your bubble that will be attending. And then when you arrive on Sunday morning, just let the person know who's doing registration at the front that you're registered under whatever name the pre-registration is done under. This really helps us out because it allows us to fill pews all the way up rather than having to leave big spaces in the middle for that physical distancing between family groups. You may be wondering about some of the other restrictions. Are they still the same? All the rest of the restrictions that we are used to experiencing in public gathering spaces still apply and are still in place. Still have to wear the masks at all times when you're inside the church building. We still have to have the directional arrows and physical distancing and control the entrance and exit of the worship service. There is one, however, that's a little bit different that I want to let you know about. In the past, we could bring our own water bottle or cup of coffee or a snack in, and as long as we didn't share, we were okay. But that has been changed during the time that we've had smaller groups gathering in the church. Now, food and drink is not allowed to be present at a worship service. Now, if you're wondering, does that mean that I can bring this or I can't bring that? Just ask yourself 2 simple questions. Is it food? Is it drink? And if you answer yes to either one of those, then I'm sorry, it can't be present. That's the way it's worded. If you really need that morning coffee, you might want to bring it with you and have that last swig in the car before you enter, and hopefully you're not shaken too bad by the time service is done and you can get back out to have another swig of that coffee. Something else that we're adding that's a little different this time is for kids that are taking part in this service, we are adding activity packets. We'll be handing these out every Sunday, and in these activity bags will be Pastors Club sheets, an opportunity for you to draw that picture or write a description of something. There will be some other activity sheets as well that will tie in with the sermon each week, and then there are a few quiet activities that you can do as well. If the kids start getting a little fidgety, perhaps this will help. But more importantly, it's an opportunity for us to gather as a family of all ages and to engage in worship and to engage with what's being taught about in family-focused worship and in having intentional discipleship for all ages. I think that's about all the information that I need to give you about these services opening up. I wish that I was able to be here with you this Sunday as we gather together as a church family for the first time with larger numbers, but by the time you watch this video, I will have already started some vacation time, and so it's going to be a couple weeks until I'm able to enjoy being together with a larger group here in the sanctuary. But I wish you God's blessing as a church family as you gather on Sunday, whether you choose to gather here in the sanctuary or continue to take part in the service on the live stream. May God bless our church family as we worship together. And I want to wish you a good week, and let's be the church God has called us to be. We'll see you, church.